Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. George Lundberg, Editor-in-Chief of the Medscape Journal of Medicine. How can the United States save a huge amount of money while doing the right thing for patients during health system reform? Dr. Michael Danzinger, editor of the Clinical Nutrition and Obesity section of the Medscape Journal of Medicine, is here today to recite a poem he has written to President Obama about just how to do that. Dr. Danzinger.
Dear President Obama, I'm speaking to you. You've inspired the nation. We're long overdue. We need a strong leader in this time of trouble. I'd like to lead with you. My pleas I'll redouble. The healthcare system is in severe crisis. The costs are astounding with spiraling prices. For excessive tests and costly machines, we're stuck in a rut with the same old routines. The annual cost of a common disease is more than the wars that we fight overseas. $170 billion a year for diabetes? That is the enemy that might just defeat us. 20% of all healthcare expenses on patients who have this, a shock to the senses. 1 in 3 children may contract this illness as adults or teens due to our stillness. Here is a war that we should have engaged. Millions have died, and you bet I'm enraged. Most of these patients get complications, even though we treat them with many medications. Blindness and limb loss and chronic dialysis result from our failure to do the analysis. You need not be an economist or scholar. We can reverse this for pennies on the dollar. Diabetes type 2, which is 90%, is due to the lifestyle habits doctors lament. Until we overcome the underlying cause, we remain paralyzed in the enemy's jaws. We know what it takes to get there in theory, but previous leaders have been too leery to make it happen on a national scale, to invest the resources to ensure we prevail. We now know the weight loss it takes to reverse the majority of cases of this diabetes curse. Coaching for weight loss of 40 pounds initially seems like it's way out of bounds, but I've learned how to do this on a routine basis for men and women of all ages and races. A caloric reduction of 25% is enough to achieve this glorious ascent out of the grips of this terrible killer, transforming sorrow into a thriller. The key isn't diet type, it's all about adherence and removing the obstacles that cause interference. Weekly coaching by an authority can normalize glucose for the majority who sufficiently fear blindness or amputation or stroke or dementia or loss of sensation. But doctors need training in the methods I've learned to reverse diabetes in those sufficiently concerned. We need a president who can leap into action, who knows what it takes to get enough traction, insisting that doctors learn to achieve reversal rates that initially seem hard to believe is the way to wage war on this foe we must beat so we don't have to endure the burden of defeat. Believe with me now that we can rise to the occasion and solve the diabetes reversal equation. I'm Dr. Michael Danzinger, and this is my opinion. I'm a Tufts Medical Center research physician.